Hey, what is up, guys? I am here to give you my WWE Friday Night Smackdown review for June 7th. Yep, June 7th, 2013. Now, this Smackdown just literally kind of ended. This was a really good Smackdown. I really liked this show. The only bad thing in this show was a Fandango squash match. Everything else was pretty good. I like the stuff that they're doing with Daniel Bryan right now. It's really working for him. Right now, he is probably, until CM Punk comes back and until Undertaker comes back, he is probably my favorite guy in WWE right now because they're doing a lot with him. Curtis Axel's good too, but I think Daniel Bryan right now is doing a lot right now, and that's actually really impressive. And of course, I dropped my phone. But, let's just get right into the review, shall we? So, we have JBL and Michael Cole on commentary, and then it tells you what's going to happen with, the Miz TV stuff, with, Miz TV and Team Hono and Randy Orton and, Team Hono and Randy Orton going on it, and that Curtis Axel's having a match with Chris Jericho. So then we get Miz TV with Team Hono and Randy Orton. This actually really made Daniel Bryan look good, and it made him kind of show that he's going to probably go into a heel kind of thing. So Miz is asking Daniel Bryan what he thinks about the Randy Orton situation. Then Daniel Bryan says he knows Randy Orton hit him by accident, and Daniel Kane is his partner, and he forgives him. But then he asks him if he's willing to put his problems with the Shield aside, and he says that he wants to deal with the Shield. But actually, now that I think about it, Randy Orton and Kane kind of didn't really accept his apology. Now that you think about it, because he actually was trying to work out their issues, and they didn't do it. He's like, because when he said that it was realized it was an accident, it's like, you finally realized it. It's like, and then when Kane says, you were just trying to help me, and it's like, you finally realized that too. It's like, you wanted him to finally not act that crazy, but then again, you kind of, like, how can I put this? You just kind of act like a jerk, kind of, because you're not willing to work out the problems, and he's trying to work them out, but yeah, you're trying to work them out, and then Miz kind of made it worse too. But I really like that they're doing that, but it just doesn't make sense to me now that you think about it. But Miz says that he thinks that you're crazy in the head, and then he's trying to get him. He's like, what about this wiggling stuff? And then Randy and Kane are like, don't do this. He's crazy in the head. Then they're like, you guys think I'm crazy in the head? You guys all both don't respect me. And then he tells Kane tells him that he's his partner. He tells Kane that he left him for himself to fend for the Shield. And then Kane says, I'm your partner. I would never leave you to yourself. And then Daniel Bryan's like, you were forced to team with me. If it was John Cena or Randy Orton, you would stay. And then Kane just leaves because he's pissed. Then Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan are outside the ring, and then The Miz asked if we saw the breaking up of Team Hell No because of Daniel Bryan, which I don't know why he would ask that. And then Teddy Long comes out, and he makes a match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the tag team champions of the Shield, versus Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, which is not going to be good because they're not getting along right now, which I was interested in. Then you have Curtis Axel, Paul Heyman, and Chris Jericho backstage heading to the match. We get Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel with Paul Heyman on commentary. This was a really good match. I enjoyed this. Paul Heyman did a pretty good job in commentary. Not the best, but he did a pretty good job. Chris Jericho fights Fandango off with clotheslines, drop kicks, and anything he can. Then Curtis Axel starts to take control, and he does kind of the same thing. Then there was one point in this match where Chris Jericho, well, he hits the Bulldog and he goes for the Lion Salt. He misses, and Curtis Axel hits the neck breaker, and I thought it was over right there, but he kicked out. And then Chris Jericho gets Curtis Axel in the walls of Jericho, but Curtis Axel grabs the ropes, and then he hits him with a springboard drop kick. And then Paul Heyman gets on the announcer's table, and he does CM Punk's signature pose saying, "It's clobbering time!" And then CM Punk's music actually plays, which was pretty cool. But I knew he wasn't really going to be there. It was just to distract Chris Jericho. Curtis Axel gets in the win and rolls up Jericho for the win. So yeah, Curtis Axel finally gets that pinfall victory. I wish they kind of had done this on Raw, and I hope they actually have a match on Raw so everyone can see it, because they're going to be live there. And then after the match, Chris Jericho's kind of walking away pissed on the outside the ramp. And then Chris Jericho gets back in the ring and attacks Curtis Axel and hits him with the code breaker. I think they want to make Chris Jericho at least look a little bit strong going into his match with Punk, so this was kind of understandable. I say kind of, I'm not completely agreeing with it. Then Kane's backstage. He's just kind of walking pissed. And then Ryback comes up and he says that, "Do you like what I did to Kofi and Ryback?" And then Kane says that I don't like what you did to Daniel Bryan and Kofi. I don't think it's going to be that easy to do it to me. Ryback says, isn't Daniel Bryan being a little bit annoying? He's like, he's annoying, but he's our partners. Then he says Ryback rules. So then Kane says that he's tombstone and priest, set people on fire, and buried his brother, The Undertaker, alive. And he's not going to follow Ryback rules. That was kind of it. So I knew they were going to have a match. Then it shows the Watt family video package, the first one that I favorited on YouTube. We get a WWE Raw rebound. It shows the stuff about Triple H not being able to fight Curtis Axel and the McMahon things that's going on. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that on Raw. Then we get Alberto Del Rio versus Heath Slater with Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. The match never happens. 3MB tries to attack Alberto Del Rio, but Del Rio fights him off. He gets Heath Slater in the cross-arm breaker. Then he's trashed by McIntyre and Mahal. Then Del Rio and Mikado fight them off. And then Mikado actually flies from the top turnbuckle and takes out Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. That was actually pretty cool. And then Dolph Ziggler comes on the big screen and says that congratulates Del Rio, and he apologizes for stealing the spotlight, but that's what he's meant for. And he says that he's going to be returning on Raw, so we're finally going to get Dolph Ziggler's return. I've been waiting for this. Now Del Rio's finally going to do stuff, because there was really nothing for him to do, because yeah, there was really nothing for him to do because Dolph Ziggler had that concussion. So they're probably gonna announce the world title match on Raw for not a capital punishment, payback. Probably said capital punishment. WWEshop.com ad. We get Kane versus Ryback. They have an okay match. I like the part where right off the bat, Ryback kind of picks up Kane and kind of gives him the gorilla press, but it's like he throws him sideways, which was cool. And then Kane big boots Ryback. He clotheslines him, and then Ryback attacks him on the outside. He grabs a table, puts it in the ring. Kane fights him off though on the outside. He tries to go off the top rope, but he misses, and then Ryback hits a spine buster on him. He goes for the knee-hook clothesline, but Kane gets the choke slam, tries to cover him, but Ryback gets the ropes, so he's going to choke slam him through the table, but Ryback thumbs him in the eyes and power bombs him through the table. That was it. That was cool, making Ryback look dominant. We get a Raw ad. It hypes up the Triple H stuff that's going on. We get a WWE Slam of the Week. It showed the Damian Sandow and Sheamus promo from last week. And then we get like something called Deep Blue. Now Damien Sandow kind of talks down, because they were in Long Island, New York, so he talks on the NASA college, says that he's seen better preschools than that, which was hilarious. I absolutely laughed at that. And then he just says that all the fans aren't as smart as him. So then he introduces the Deep Blue, which is like a really smart computer that beat the best chess player in the world. So Damien Sandow is going to attempt to beat him. And he mentions the fact that he was a chess master at 8 years old. So he's facing him. And then Sheamus comes out. And then Damien Sandow says that he's preoccupied at the moment. So then Damien Sandow says that... Oh, actually, there was one funny part that JBL said. That he probably plays tic-tac-toe with, I think it was Tony Gemmell and Jay Ross backstage. That was hilarious. But yeah, Damien Sandow says that you think Sheamus... It kind of cut out on my TV because probably of the weather. But Sheamus says that he can beat the Deep Blue with one move. So you can see where this is going. He kind of takes some time, so you don't think he's going to do it. Of course, he bro kicks Deep Blue, which Deep Blue was kind of cool. Because I remember the Deep Blue was talking, and Damien Sandow just said silence to it. That was hilarious. So then afterwards, Damien Sandow cheap shots Sheamus and attacks him. He slams him against the table and repeatedly, and then he says, "You're welcome." So definitely a Sheamus, Damien Sandow match at Payback. That's going to be a pretty good match. I'm kind of looking forward to it, considering the segments we've been seeing. Yeah, I really like that. So then Daniel Bryan is backstage. Randy Orton comes up and tells Bryan that Kane had to be taken to the trainer's room. So then Daniel Bryan just says he shouldn't have been sticking up for me anyways. And then Randy Orton says, "Look, I'm not your partner. I don't like tag teams, but I'm only tag teaming you tonight, but I'm not your partner at all." And then Daniel Bryan just tells him to stay out of his way. So then we get the WrestleMania 29 DVD ad. They show a second Watt family video package. This was actually a pretty good video package. This one talks about how they're the real monsters, and they're going to be the new face of Fears, and that they're coming. I'm really looking forward to these guys coming. Hopefully WWE doesn't throw them away. These guys have potential. I can see them doing a few squash matches with like 3MB, throwing like a team like Justin Gabriel, Yoshitatsu, and JTG if he's face. I don't know. But I want them to have like a feud with the Shield, because that's gonna be great. That could be like good for them, and if they take out the Shield, that's gonna be big. And that means that they will have a big threat in the future. And JBL talks about how he's never seen anything like this, so they're gonna have to beware, and they're gonna be both threats to threatful groups. So hopefully that's what they're leading to. This could be the group that finally stops the Shield. So then we get Fandango versus Zack Ryder with The Miz on commentary. Now, like I said, it was a squash match, but it announced Fandango wins with the leg drop. But it announces on at Payback. The pay-per-view keeps slipping my mind, but it announces that Wade Barrett will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Fandango and The Miz. I'm just going to say right now that The Miz is probably going to be the new champion. I'm not going to really be interested in that match, because I'm just not interested in Barrett's title reign. I think Barrett could be doing better things than holding that IC title. When he had it with the Core, it was probably to get him back up there, up to the main event scene, but now it's just getting old. Put him in the Money in the Bank, and I want him to win Money in the Bank. That would be great for him, but I don't know if he'll win. Then it shows Ryback's Rampage with Kofi, Daniel Bryan, and John Cena. Caitlyn and Natalya are backstage, and Caitlyn says that tells Natalya that she's gonna meet her secret admirer in person. But then Natalia just says, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because Raw's a live show, and this could be some creeper." And then Caitlin's like, "He wouldn't be texting me all the time." So then Caitlin, so then, and so, but then well, no, he says that he would be texting you, and then she just walks off. Kind of like she reached into AJ territory. So we're finally I don't know if we're gonna find out who it is. But if it is someone, I've told people this, it's probably going to be someone goofy. Like, it's going to be someone like Hornswoggle, somebody that is not gonna, that it's just gonna make a fool of, it's just gonna be like a joke. This isn't gonna go anywhere. I hope it's not Cody Rhodes if they're gonna lead into it, because that means he's gonna turn face, and I really like, well, it's not like he's doing anything as a heel, but it suits him better as a heel. It's obviously not gonna be Sandow, but if it's Cody Rhodes, it would kind of be too predictable, because Cody kind of flirting with Caitlyn. Don't make it, and that he is just a great heel, so I'd rather see him stay heel. So then we get Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. And during this, it shows a Raw ad. It talks about Dolph Ziggler's return. This match was okay. Good stuff. They dominate Bryan for a while. Then Orton gets the hot tag, hits the rope DDT on Rollins. Reigns pulls Rollins outside the ring. They go to commercial. When they come back, they're dominating Randy Orton. They really dominate him. Then Orton comes back. Daniel Bryan gets the hot tag and hits the German suplex, and Rollins flips, and then he does the suicide dive to Rollins and Reigns. And then Randy Orton hits the RKO on Reigns after Bryan tried to hit him, cover Rollins after the dive and headbutt. And then Seth Rollins was beating up Orton in the corner, and then he tries to drop kick Rollins, but he moves and he drop kicks Orton by accident. And then Rollins tried to cover Bryan, but he got him in the no lock. Then Ambrose came in, and Ambrose and Rollins double team Bryan. And then Bryan fights both Ambrose and Rollins off, and then Randy Orton RKO's Bryan after because he thought he kicked him on purpose. I don't know where they're going with this. I know they're gonna go somewhere with Bryan. I don't know if at Payback, Team Hell No are finally gonna get another tag title match, and Rollins and Reigns will retain, because and that's gonna lead to Daniel Bryan turning on Kane during the match. Of course, that's how they're gonna win, and he's gonna be a heel, or if they're just gonna have, I can see maybe. This probably won't happen, but this could be a possibility. This could be an option. You could do Kane versus Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match to finally just resolve their issues. But I think they're gonna go with Team Hell No versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns for the tag belts, and Daniel Bryan turns on Kane in the match. I like where they're going with Bryan, though, and I think after this, he's going to go back to where he was last year's world champion. He's going to be beating guys. I don't know what they're going to do with Orton. They're probably going to put him in a feud with Ambrose for the U.S. title. That could be great for the United States Championship, because the former world champion's fighting for that championship. But, what else? And they're probably going to announce Dolph Ziggler versus Del Rio on Raw. They're probably going to do Del Rio, though, and Slater first, because they didn't really get to have the match. And the Caitlyn's Secret Admirer was probably just going to be trash. I already deleted my notes. Oh, and Ryback's probably going to face someone. They're going to do more stuff with Ryback, but I am enjoying what WWE's presenting to me right now. I'm not looking forward to not Capital Punishment. No Way Out, Payback. They always change the pay-per-view in June. I'm looking forward to what they're bringing me, what they have to me. I said I'm not looking forward to it, because the Barrett stuff, the IC title is just kind of thrown in there. The 3 Stages of Hell could possibly be good. Like, I think the ambulance match and the Tables match could be good, but the Lumberjack match is gonna be trash. And then Punk and Jericho, of course, is going to be good, and that's the only. And I know that the world title match is going to happen. And no, happen, and that could be good because Ziggler and Del Rio always have good matches. You could have a good Sheamus and Sandow could be a decent match. I'm not going to say it's going to be a great match, but that's pretty much it for the SmackDown review. I won't be back on YouTube for a few days because I want to save up my videos as much as I can because of my 300 videos. So I want to get the Raw review out and the SmackDown. No, either TNA or SmackDown if it's, or maybe what I'll do is I'll do all that in one video, so that way I can just get it out there. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.